What I've actually found, I've been at about 18 of these events. There's not many turkeys out there, and in fact there's a lot of eagles. And I'll begin with our outstanding Lieutenant Governor Mike Parson and his amazing wife Teresa. Let's hear it for him. I've been to so many of these events, and he continues to impress me, because he just seems like a man that just speaks from the heart. You know, he understands our values, law enforcement, the need for defending our nation, and also being a person of faith and doing what's right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Tony Monetti. Many of you maybe don't even know who I am. But in this brief few minutes that I have to share with you, I will just tell you that the Lord put on my heart to be your next U.S. Senator. And my mother and father were legal Italian immigrants. My grandfather being an Italian consulate to Washington, he met my mother in an Italian-American dance, and then a year later I was born. They were married. But they raised me with strong values, hard work. I always worked as a young man. And those values are bringing me to where I'm at today. I went out to the United States Air Force Academy. I always knew what I wanted to be when I was a young man. I wanted to serve my country as a pilot. And I went on to serve as a B-52, B-1, and B-2 stealth bomber pilot. It was such a privilege and honor, and I have fought in 2 different wars in defense of our country. And I would do it all over again if I was just 18. It never got old going supersonic, and being one of the very first B-2 stealth pilots with a top secret clearance and responsible for nuclear weapons, and of course doing global combat missions. You know, I have flown 30-hour combat missions from right here, from the heartland. And I got to tell you that I know more about probably a lot of the real threats to our nation, and it has nothing to do with bathroom signs. You know what I mean? The rhetoric has got to stop. What we need are people that understand business. I've owned a restaurant for 10 years. That understand the value of education, being an assistant dean. That understand the value of values, being a Christian author. You see, what you have before you is a person that sincerely just wants to change the culture. Our president had a clear message. There was a lot of illegal immigrants coming to this country. And my parents, being legal Italian immigrants, knew the importance of following rules and regulations. Can someone please explain to me what is our sanctuary cities? How do we do lottery and just let anyone in here? Is that just crazy? How do we get to this place in our country? It's because we continue to hire politicians that say one thing and do another. We need to value the Second Amendment, which defends our First Amendment. And you will find that you'll learn more about me. You know the value, and there's Austin and others that are strongly in favor of doing that. Now, what we need are people who are going to do what they say they're going to do. And I'm going to help our president. I don't know if you know this, but I did meet with President Trump, and I said, President Trump, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Tony Monetti. I'm a retired B-2 pilot, and I want to defeat liberal Claire McCaskill. I go, what does a guy like me that has the heart of a Trump and not his wallet need to do to help you drain the swamp? President Trump started laughing, and he says, Colonel, he goes, the first thing you got to do is get my attention, and you just did that. He goes, the second thing you got to do is not believe the polls, because if you did, Hillary Clinton would be president right now. I'm so glad she's not. I'm going to be the president's wingman. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Tony Monetti. I'm ready to serve again. You will find Chandler in the back that's interested in taking your money to help me get to where I need to be to defend you and serve you again. The question is, are you ready for Monetti? God bless you all.
I think we've had